great atmosphere for Week 7 of high school football in the Shore Conference. I'm Rich Krampanis. Thanks so much for logging on to ShoreSportsZone.com. Have we got a show for you? Big-time matchups all around Monmouth and Ocean County. I'm here at St. John Vianney. We're going to have highlights of the Lancers and RBC in just a little bit. But we have to get started with the big one at Middletown South. Our Alex Lorenzo was there to capture all the sights and sounds of Middletown South and Toms River North, Monmouth against Ocean. That kicks off our Week 7 program.
Shore Sports Zone's coverage of Middletown South is brought to you by Angela Alessi and Weichert Realtors.
At the Swamp in Middletown, battle of the two best teams in the Shore. Middletown South taking on Toms River North. Both teams undefeated. Opening drive of the game for the Eagles. Here comes the Mariners defense. Ian Briggs drags down Anish Agrawal for the sack. And it didn't take long for Toms River North to go to work. Mike Husney to Bryce Watts. There he goes. 44 yards for the score. Toms River North on the board early with a 7-0 lead. Middletown South would drive it deep into Toms River North territory. This is 4th and 6. Agrawal's pass broken up by Bryce Watts. Toms River North gets the football back. And Bryce Watts had a unbelievable game. Look at that ball by Husney. 71 yards, and they're not going to get him. Ooh, Chris Ash has got himself a good one. The future Rutgers Scarlet Knight makes it 14-0. And the Mariners defense was impressive as well. Pete LaQuaglia, the quarterback sack. So many weapons on this Toms River North team. Parker Day up the middle. We got a tweet from Michael Strahan wishing him luck for this game. Touchdown Parker Day. 21-0 at the end of one. Here's a rare mistake by Mike Husney. He doesn't cover up the football. Middletown South gets the turnover. And they turn to Chaz Alessi. Good running here. Alessi. Good for 12 yards right there. And the Eagles are going to get on the board. Chaz Alessi with a 9-yard touchdown run. We got a 21-7 game, under 2 minutes to go in the half. Toms River North looking to answer before the intermission. Husney finds his other favorite target, Darian Carrington. Oh, over the double team. 47-yard gain. But the Mariners would miss a field goal at the half. We got a 21-7 game. Toms River North with a 14-point lead. Early third. Here's Watts again. This is what we call 4-3 speed. Devastating speed. Man, Bryce Watts, 58 yards. Third touchdown of the game, 27-7. Goodness gracious. Another great play by the Mariners defense. Middletown South loses the handle. Toms River North able to fall on the loose football. And here's Mike Husney again. Rolls out, finds Jaden Roden. This is good for 18 yards. And it would lead to this. Husney over the middle. Darian Carrington, all he does is catch touchdowns. That's his 11th TD in 2016, 34-7. As Toms River North goes on to a 41-21 win over Middletown South. There is no question that the top team in the Shore Conference is the Toms River North Mariners. They have scored at least 40 points in all 7 of their victories, and they have yet to be challenged. Look at the numbers for Bryce Watts. 4 catches, 190 yards, 3 touchdowns. Mike Husney had 5 total touchdowns, 4 through the air. We see Mike Husney a lot dictating the run first, pass second. This time he shows he's a great passing quarterback as well. His numbers are unbelievable, and he should be up for every consideration when it comes to postseason awards. After the game, our Alex Lorenzo caught up with Coach Oz, Dave Ozarowitz, who was quite pleased with his team's effort on the road.
We just think we got a lot of good players. We're fortunate, and we've built towards this point. 4 years ago when we played a lot of these guys and invested in a young group, and it's paying off right now. And they believe. The biggest thing is when you start to win, and win the way we're winning coming here, all it does is build their faith and belief in each other and the staff, and that's a pretty tough combination to beat.
Shore Sports Zone's coverage of Red Bank Catholic is brought to you by Immediate Care Medical Walk-In of Red Bank. Shore Sports Zone's coverage of the St. John Vianney Lancers is brought to you by Paver Restoration.
Let's go to Homedale. Derek Sininsky and St. John Vianney are looking to get to 7-0, hosting their rival Red Bank Catholic. And it didn't take long for SJV to get going. Hazik Daniels to the air. Samuel East. That is a beautiful pass play. 26 yards to the touchdown. Just like that, 7-0 St. John Vianney in front. The defense would do its part, stopping the RBC offense. And here's Ryan O'Hara with the punt. It's a liner, Zaire Sterling. He does it every week. Long touchdowns. Look at Zaire Sterling go. Great block by Nick Denseski. 80 yards, touchdown Lancers. 14-0 midway through the first quarter. Got to give credit to RBC. They got punched in the mouth early, and here is a great response. Ryan O'Hara with this great punt down inside the 5-yard line. Boy, field position can really turn the tide, and it does here because Daniels' pass is deflected and picked off by Steve Similewski. So now RBC's got it with great field position. They take over at the 9-yard line, and here's Nick Bruska up the middle. Touchdown RBC. Now the Caseys are back in the game. It's 14-7 in the first quarter. But here's a free scouting report for anybody who's going to face St. John Vianney. Don't kick it to number 2. Zaire Sterling is at it again, and look at him go. He had that 80-yard punt return. This kickoff return inside the 10-yard line. Unbelievable. Chris Chukwuneke takes care of the rest. A 6-yard touchdown at the end of one, 21-7. The Lancers with a 14-point lead. Third down now. Here's Bruska picked off by Alex Calabro, and here goes Calabro. Great run after the interception. He doesn't get it into the paint. He's brought down inside the 10-yard line, and then good job here by the Casey's defense. Third down, pass is broken up by Matt Ansell. And the field goal attempt, that's Calabro trying to make something on the fire drill. That pass is incomplete, so RBC holds off SJV. It stays 21-7. Scary moment in the second quarter. Nick Bruska left the game. He was carted off via ambulance. Preliminary report, unconfirmed a rib injury. We wish him nothing but the best. We hope to hear good news about Nick Bruska on the road to recovery. Back to the game. Look at Hazik Daniels. Man, this is an awesome run. 20 yards, scrambling for the score at the half, 28-7. St. John Vianney with a 21-point advantage. And Hazik Daniels did some pretty special things running with the football. He needs to protect that pigskin a little better. There you go. Get it in the other hand. Look at this run by Hazik Daniels. Awesome. All the way down to the 12-yard line. And on the very next play, in the fog, Samuel East. Second touchdown of the game. He had a TD catch, and this 12-yard TD run, 35-7. St. John Vianney in control. RBC with their fourth-string quarterback, Logan Whelan. Great running here. That's all the way down to the 17-yard line. And this RBC team kept battling. Look at this great run. Whelan, 10-yard score. It's 35-14. But make no bones about it. St. John Vianney, the dominant team in this one. Whelan to the air. Picked off by Samuel East. Boy, did Samuel East have himself a game. 2 touchdowns and 2 interceptions. Getting it done on both sides of the ball. And here comes the knockout punch. Chris Chuck. I saw a Villanova coach on the sidelines. Boy, the Wildcats got themselves a steal. Chris Chukwuneke, a 54-yard run. And the St. John Vianney Lancers go on to a 41-21 win over RBC. East did a little bit of everything. Chris Chuck had 12 carries for 95 yards and 2 scores. Next week, St. John Vianney travels to Middletown South. That should be an awesome game and a great test as the Lancers look to continue to stay unbeaten in 2016. St. John Vianney doing it on all three facets of the game: offense, defense, special teams. The Lancers win by 20 at home over RBC.
Shore Sports Zone's coverage of the Middletown North Lions is sponsored by Beacon Awards.
North Nation peeking out as it's Middletown North hosting Mansquan. The Warriors with a 14-7 lead at the half. Third quarter action. Donald Glenn starting to put together a nice drive here with a give to Connor Robbins. Nice running right there. And then Glenn is going to go to his favorite target. And we all know what Brendan Kuby can do. Here's Kuby with a great catch. And Kuby is able to get it into the zone. Touchdown, Middletown North, 61 yards. We're tied up at 14. And we've got another B North battle with a tight ball game. Jerry Marr finds trouble. The big hit there, Sam Santiago recovers. And Middletown North seizes the momentum in a big way. Glenn to Brock Zanker, 20-yard touchdown, 21-14, Middletown North with a 7-point lead. But this Mansquan team has been awfully tough week in and week out, and they go to the bag of tricks, the double reverse. James Pendergist, look at him go. Pendergist, only a sophomore. That is a 37-yard run down to the 16-yard line. Get ready for a special night for this young man, Connor Morgan. Get out of my way. Whew. Bruising 3-yard touchdown run. We're tied at 21 apiece. Fourth quarter action. It's Morgan on 3rd and 9. He's got the first down and a little bit more. That's a great run. 26 yards. Good blocking up front by Mansquan. The Warriors are on the move. 3rd and goal. Morgan looking to get into the zone. The Lions defense denies. So now Mansquan turns to Adam Schreck. 20-yard field goal is good. 24-21, 4:53 to go. So Glenn now has 5 minutes to try and put the Lions back in front. He goes over the middle right here to Mark Serbo. And then watch Glenn here elude the rush. Another completion. Middletown North now in Mansquan territory. It's 4th down. And Glenn looking to take the lead, but there's Pendergist with a great defensive play. Mansquan takes over, up 3 points, and here comes some insurance courtesy of Connor Morgan. Wow, that's a great run. Morgan from 29 yards seals the deal, and a huge win for the Mansquan Warriors on the road. That was a fun ball game. 31-21 is your final. The Warriors get a big victory at Middletown North, and look at the numbers for Connor Morgan. 28 carries, 205 yards, 3 touchdowns. If anybody at Mansquan has stats for the Warriors, we need them on the stat zone. Connor Morgan should be one of the best rushers in the Shore Conference. We need to publicize that young man. So someone email us Connor Morgan stats for the whole year. Great win for Mansquan as they get a 10-point victory at Middletown North.
Shore Sports Zone's coverage of Red Bank Regional is brought to you by Navasink Electrical. Shore Sports Zone's coverage of Rumson-Fair is brought to you by ServPro of Eatontown Long Branch.
Let's go to the Battle of Ridge Road. Red Bank Regional hosting Rumson-Fair. RFH coming off that tough loss to St. John Vianney. They came out with a purpose. Jack Volker in for the injured Michael O'Connor. Great pass here to Trevor Caruso. He's gone. 60 yards for the score. 7-0 Rumson-Fair. We know how good the Bulldogs defense is. This is special right here. Mike Ruane with a huge quarterback sack. He pops the ball loose. James Rue with the recovery. Great field position for RFH. And Volker gonna make that turnover into points. He finds Tyler Pearson, 6-yard touchdown. 14-0 Rumson-Fair in front. The RFH defense, outstanding as always. Here's Steven Nowitzki to the air, picked off by James Malia. Malia with the INT. Rumson-Fair with a 14-0 lead at the half. They go on to a 24-7 win over Red Bank Regional. The Bucs' lone score comes on a Chris Brannigan kickoff return after a Matt Vecchiarelli touchdown in the second half. But Rumson-Fair without Michael O'Connor, the backup QB Volker steps up with 2 solid TD passes in the first half. Rumson gets the win over Red Bank 24-7. The Bulldogs improve to 4-2 on the season.
Shore Sports Zone's coverage of Freehold Township is sponsored by Extraordinary Productions.
Great to be at Freehold Township. The Patriots looking to go to 7-0 on the season, but they had their hands full with the Howell Rebels. Early on, Charles Sabaugh under pressure. Colin McGrath with the quarterback sack. And Eddie Morales and the Howell offense has a lot of different ways to get it done, including Nick Chambers. Nice run here by Chambers. Good for 21 yards. Look how hard it is to bring Nick Chambers down. That drive stalls, but the Rebels are going to get it back because Freehold Township loses the handle. We got a fumble. Howell recovers. They take over at the 23-yard line. And that allows Eddie Morales to go to work. He finds Naseem Brantley. This is good for 16 yards. And then get ready for something pretty because Morales is going to go up top. Good protection by the O-line. Go get it, Naseem Brantley. He's in the zone, gets both feet in. That is a tremendous touchdown catch. Brantley from 21 yards makes it 7-0 Howell in front. If you go on the stat zone, you're going to see a lot of Howell Rebels among the receiving leaders, including this guy, Daniel Cacciatore. Over the middle, that's good for 12 yards. And another name to watch out for, Ryan Mazik. Morales doing a good job of escaping the rush. Look at this catch by Ryan Mazik. That's awesome. It was called back from a penalty. How about some more Howell defense? This is an awesome one-handed interception by Jake Borelli. He just swatted that ball into his hand. Great field position for Howell. And the Rebels turn to Nick Chambers. 1-yard touchdown. He bulldozes his way in. 2-point conversion makes it 15-0 Howell in front. Freehold Township playing from behind. They've not been accustomed to that much this year. Here's Sabaugh to Javier Rodriguez. This is good for 20 yards. Drive would stall, but another chance for Freehold Township because we've got a muffed punt right here. Howell tries to kick it. Doesn't go very far. Freehold Township takes over the 32, then get ready for Anthony Lottie. The hook and lateral to Adrian Riboltowski, and there he goes. A little trickery by Freehold Township. That's an awesome play. 27 yards. At the half, 15-7 Howell with an 8-point lead. And it's the Howell Rebels going on to hand Freehold Township their first loss of the year. Great win for Howell. 22-13 is your final. Nick Chambers runs for a $122. Naseem Brantley, you'll see that touchdown catch on top plays on Sunday on Shore Sports Zone. He's the real deal. So when a 3-3 team beats a 6-0 team, it's easy to call it an upset, but this isn't a big upset. Howell has been playing great all year long. They gave Manalapan all they could handle. They played great football. This team is fun to watch, and they pull off a signature win. The Rebels knock off unbeaten Freehold Township. 22-13 is your final.
Shore Sports Zone's coverage of Ocean Township is brought to you by AdPro Imprints. Shore Sports Zone's coverage of the Long Branch Green Wave is brought to you by Rosario Realty.
We got a shootout in Spartans country. Ocean Township hosting the Long Branch Green Wave. And on the opening kickoff, you found out right away that there was going to be some serious fireworks in this football game. And it starts with Joey Aldarelli, one of the top receivers in the Shore. Division I prospect. He shows why here. 67 yards for Joey Aldarelli down at the 28-yard line. And Ocean gets right on the board. Anthony Tedesco. Good running right there by Tedesco. It's 7-0 Spartans in front. And Ocean got off to a wonderful start here. A little end around to Sean Rosbeck, the freshman, into Long Branch territory. And then Cam Thompson. This is a 23-yard gain. And it would lead to this. Kenny Pickett keeps it himself. Nice maneuvering by Pickett. 8-yard touchdown. 13-0 Ocean in front. And the Spartans were flying high early. This is Josher Pena. Pena picks up 26 yards. And they give it to Tedesco. Up and over. 2-yard touchdown run. Second TD of the game for Anthony Tedesco. 20-0 Ocean. But here comes Long Branch. Down 3 scores. Keith Cooper. Look at the elusiveness. 18-yard gain, and then Cooper. Oh, that's a nice run. 19-yard touchdown run for Keith Cooper. 20-6, the green waiver on the board. And Long Branch wasn't done there. The defense gets the ball back to Juwan Wilkins. He finds TJ Fosk, and there he goes. 80 yards for the score. Touchdown, Long Branch. At the half, we got a 20-12 game. And in the second half, Long Branch was ready to make a game of it. This is Mark Dennis, right side, good for 26. And then hold everything. Look at Keith Cooper break a run. Look at Keith Cooper getting shifty. 44 yards for Keith Cooper. That's an awesome run. 20-18, we got a 2-point game. But Ocean doesn't panic. They've been moving the ball effectively, and Anthony Tedesco just goes straight up the gut. 6-minute drive, 8-yard score, makes it 27-18. And then trouble for Long Branch. It gets thrown around, wacky stuff there. And it's recovered by Ryan Moran at the 4-yard line. 4th and goal, Pickett. Touchdown Spartans, 5-yard score, makes it 33-18. The lead is 15. Long Branch just kept on going. They are consistently making big plays week in and week out. This is Mark Dennis for 54 yards. But this time the Spartans defense buckles down. Nice fumble recovery right there. Ends the threat from Long Branch. And it was great to see Anthony Tedesco make big plays all night long. That's a great 31-yard run. It would lead to this. Kenny Pickett gets his balance back. Another touchdown for Kenny football. That made it 40-18. And the Ocean Township Spartans pick up their 3rd win of the season. 40-25 is your final. Kenny Pickett with 3 TD runs. Anthony Tedesco with 3 TD runs. Real intriguing matchup next week. Ocean Township travels to unbeaten Point Boro. We've got highlights of the Panthers a little bit later in the show. That should be a fun game to watch. Ocean Township with a 15-point win at home over Long Branch.
Shore Sports Zone's coverage of Shore Regional is brought to you by Surf Pro of Eatontown, Long Branch.
Hey, look who's checking out Shore Conference football. That's LT Lawrence Taylor, the Hall of Famer, the New York Giants great. He was on hand to watch Shore Regional hosting Point Pleasant Beach. It was a 14-7 lead for Shore at the half. Second half, Matt Pinnell going to the air. This is a fantastic catch by Mark Russo. Down to the 15-yard line, but Shore would miss a field goal. It stays 14-7. Here's Luke Frauenheim finding his favorite target. That's Connor Kells. Great run after the catch. Kells on the stat zone is one of the top receivers on the Shore, but the drive would stall. Here's a big run for Josh Campy. Look at him go. 41-yard touchdown. That'll be a top play nominee this Sunday on ShoreSportsZone.com. Touchdown Shore, 21-7 Blue Devils in front. Down 14, the Garnet Gulls trying to get something going. The pass complete here to Jack Baker. Good running by Baker. But the Shore defense really buckled down. Great quarterback sack here by Mike Rosati. And then one more outstanding defensive play by Shore Regional. Frauenheim is picked off by Matt Pinnell. That's his 3rd interception of 2016. Pinnell, great on both sides of the ball, and a big win for Shore Regional at home. 21-7 is your final. Josh Campy, 14 carries, 72 yards, and 2 touchdowns. Pennell had that pick. He also had a TD pass. And remember, when it comes to Central Jersey Group 1, all of these teams, Keyport, Point Beach, Shore Regional, they're all in the mix. So Shore gets some big power points here with a win over Point Pleasant Beach. It's the Blue Devils by 14 at home over Point Pleasant Beach.
Shore Sports Zone's coverage of Point Boro is brought to you by Tech Art Builders and Twin Boro All Shore.
Let's wrap things up at Point Pleasant Boro. The Panthers looking to remain unbeaten, hosting Jackson Liberty B-South matchup. We had a lot of fog all around the Jersey Shore. Here's James Farah going to work through the air. Hayden Fry, great catch. We got to take another look at this one. Fry with a 21-yard touchdown catch. That's a top play nominee. 7-0 Point Pleasant Boro in front. And Hayden Fry had himself some good numbers. 5 catches for 93 yards. Another great catch and run right here. And it would lead to this. Tanner Gordon up the middle. Touchdown Panthers at the half. Point Pleasant Boro with a 14-0 lead. And the run game and the blocking by Point Pleasant Boro was outstanding. Gordon with an 8-yard touchdown. That's his 3rd of the night. A shutout by Point Pleasant Boro's defense. The Panthers are now 7-0 on the season. 27-0 is your final. Fry with that TD catch. Tanner Gordon with 3 touchdowns on the ground. And as we mentioned earlier in the show, good showdown next week when Ocean Township pays a visit to Point Pleasant Boro. And thanks to our friends at Tech Art Builders and All Shore and Twin Boro Physical Therapy, we'll be there to bring you all of the action.
I can't be more proud of our kids. They did a great job. In the beginning of the year, they had us, not in the top of the division. Our kids fought through. They fought through the process, and I can't be more prouder than what we are today.
Thanks to all of our team at Shore Sports Zone for bringing you those incredible highlights. We're so excited that we can bring you so many different games each and every week. And coming up tomorrow, we'll start it back up again. 5 more games on our Saturday highlight show. And don't forget on Sunday to cast your vote for Monmouth Building Center game balls. For our team at ShoreSportsZone.com, I'm Rich Krampanis. Thanks so much for watching. We'll see you all weekend long with more high school football right here on ShoreSportsZone.com.